Have you ever noticed that some men can say one sentence and suddenly a woman looks at them completely differently? Not because he's the richest guy in the room, not because he looks like a movie star, but because he knows how to speak to her in a way that actually hits emotionally. And most men never learn this. A lot of guys think attraction is all about what you do, the date, the money, the physical side of things. But the truth is, for most women, words create emotional tension long before anything physical ever happens. And I know some of you are already thinking, okay, so what am I supposed to say? Some cheesy pickup line? No, please don't do that. Women can smell rehearsed lines from a mile away. The problem isn't that men don't talk enough. It's that most men say things that feel empty, robotic, or way too safe. You know the guy who texts, hey, every single day like he's being held hostage by his keyboard? Yeah, don't be that guy. What women secretly crave is emotional presence. They want to feel seen, understood, desired in a real way, not just complimented like an Instagram comment section. And honestly, this is where confident men separate themselves from everybody else. Because confident men don't just talk to impress women, they talk to connect with them. For example, there's a huge difference between saying, you're hot, and saying, you have this energy that's honestly hard to ignore. One sounds like you'd say it to literally anyone with a pulse. The other feels personal. Women remember how you make them feel. That's the game nobody talks about. And here's another mistake men make constantly. They only compliment appearance. Look, attraction matters, obviously, but if every compliment is about her body, eventually it starts feeling lazy, predictable, like you skipped the emotional part entirely. The men women obsess over are usually the ones who notice the little things. The way she gets excited talking about something she loves, the look on her face when she's passionate, her confidence, her calmness, her sense of humor. When you verbally notice those things, it creates emotional intimacy without trying too hard. And let's be honest, most guys are terrified of saying anything deeper because they think vulnerability makes them weak. Meanwhile, the emotionally intelligent guy quietly walks into the room and wins without forcing anything. Because women crave emotional safety way more than men realize. That doesn't mean being soft all the time. It means being grounded enough to speak honestly. Saying things like, I feel calm around you. Or, I like talking to you because it feels easy. Or even, you're different than what I expected. Simple. Direct. Real? You'd be shocked how powerful that is in a world full of surface-level conversations. And no, this doesn't mean turning into some fake poetic philosopher overnight. Please don't suddenly start texting paragraphs about the moon and destiny after one date. Relax. Sometimes the sexiest thing a man can do is speak clearly and confidently. A lot of women secretly crave reassurance too, but not the desperate kind. Not the please don't leave me energy. I'm talking about grounded masculine reassurance. A man who can say, I've got you. A man who can say, you don't have to overthink with me. A man who can make her nervous system relax instead of constantly confused. That's rare. Especially today, where mixed signals have somehow become a personality trait. And here's something most men completely underestimate: tone. You can say the right words with insecure energy and ruin the entire thing. Confidence is not about memorizing lines. It's about certainty. Slow down when you speak. Mean what you say. Stop rushing to fill silence because you're nervous. You know what's attractive? A man who's comfortable enough to pause. A man who looks at her, smiles slightly, and says exactly what he means without trying to perform. That energy is magnetic. And let's talk about flirting for a second, because some men hear emotional connection and suddenly become a therapist instead of a romantic partner. Women still want tension, playfulness, chemistry. The key is balance. You can tease her a little, challenge her, be playful. Like when she says something dramatic and you laugh and say, you're trouble, aren't you? It creates spark without trying too hard. Flirting should feel like tennis, not a job interview. And one thing women deeply crave from men, even if they never say it directly, is emotional leadership, not control. Leadership. There's a difference. Leadership is when a man knows how to create a vibe, how to communicate clearly, how to make plans, how to express desire confidently instead of hiding behind vague behavior. A lot of attraction dies in uncertainty. Women don't want to decode your feelings like it's a crime documentary on Netflix. If you like her, let her feel that. Not through constant validation or over-texting, but through consistency. And honestly, some of the most attractive words a man can say are surprisingly simple. Come here. I want to see you. I'm proud of you. You look happy today. I missed your voice. That kind of emotional directness hits differently because so many men avoid it. And women notice. The funny thing is, most men think attraction is about saying more, when actually it's about saying things that carry emotional weight. That's the difference. Anybody can talk. Very few people know how to emotionally move someone. And if you really want stronger connection with women, stop focusing so much on sounding perfect. Perfect is boring. Women respond to authenticity, grounded confidence, emotional awareness, and a man who isn't afraid to express desire without acting needy. That combination is incredibly powerful because at the end of the day, women don't secretly crave complicated words from men. They crave words that feel honest, words that make them feel safe, desired, chosen, understood. And the men who learn how to communicate that naturally, they're usually the ones women never forget. If this video resonated with you, make sure you stick around because confidence, attraction, and connection are skills, and most men were never actually taught them.